In this video, I'll show you how to fix a barbell that no longer spins very well anymore. We'll take apart the barbell, we'll reapply new grease, we'll clean the whole thing, put it back together, and get it spinning like brand new again. This video is sponsored by Barbell Apparel. For the highest quality workout gear with a lifetime guarantee, check out barbellapparel.com and tell them that I sent you. First thing, the tools that we're gonna need for this job, we're gonna use snap ring pliers. This is gonna be the main tool that we will need. There's a couple different styles of this type of snap ring plier. I think this is the best for this application. They make ones where the prongs are at 90 degrees, and I just think that's harder to work with. So we will need a pair of snap ring pliers. White lithium grease. I have been told this is not the ideal grease and that you probably shouldn't use this type of grease, but this is what I have, so this is what I'm using. You can let me know in the comments if you have a better recommendation for grease. Some 3-in-1 oil. This is just to clean the knurling. We have a little rubber mallet in case we need to jostle the collar off, or if it's a little bit stuck or something. And we have some paper towels and a little rag. One more thing I'm gonna grab is a barbell brush. So there's a couple different types of barbell brushes. This one is like a 360 brush that will really get all the way around. This is also metal bristles from Hybrid Athletics. This is from Alico, and it is a nylon bristle brush. So this one's a little bit more gentle. If you have a chrome finish or a really nice, expensive coating that you want to preserve, I would definitely use something like this. But these are just our class barbells that we use every day in the gym, so this is perfectly fine. The first thing we're going to do is disassemble this shaft. These collars are built with a series of snap rings and like little bushings and things. So what we're going to do is take the snap ring pliers, we're going to put the two pins into the hole, and then we're going to pinch it together, and so that'll make that snap ring shrink a little bit. So you squeeze and it closes, and it's just tensioning against the inside of the collar of the bar. Now when we take these off, we want to make sure that we take them off and remember the order that they came in. So the next thing I do is just tap the head of the barbell, try to get that coin out. So we have that cover plate coin, and then inside there's another set of snap rings. So then what we want to do is, again, put the snap ring plier inside, pinch, and then pull that snap ring straight out. Okay, then we have a thick washer, we have a thin washer, and then we have a split washer, and then we have another thick one. Now that it's all disassembled, the collar will slide right off the shaft pretty easily. And now we just want to make sure we clean up all of these pieces. So let's wipe all this crap off. Okay. You should probably use gloves for this. I did have a pair, and then I just got started with this without them, so whatever at this point. All of our little components are clean. Let's give the shaft a wipe. Okay, now before I put the collar back together and put grease on it, I'm just gonna give this knurling a brush. Now when it comes to reapplying the grease, we want to put it in just the areas where this collar made contact with the shaft. Okay, so we're going to put a tiny little bit, like a pea size, on our finger, and just kind of wipe around the edges. Again, you don't need a ton. Having a lot of extra grease in there is not ideal, because then it just gets gunked up with the chalk and whatever, sweat, grime. And then I usually do the same thing on these little bushings on the inside, and that's where we want new grease. You can see how it's rusted. That's where we want that grease to sit. Okay, now all we're gonna do is just slide this back on right into place. And then we'll go ahead and start putting the collar back together. So we want to make sure to do this in the correct order. So we're going to go ring in first, and then you'll see there's a little notch where the split ring goes around. So you kind of want to pack this thing together and then like stuff it into the collar as you're closing it. Sometimes if you don't do it quite well enough, like the little pieces will slide out. So just make sure that they're all in there in the right order. Okay, now it's time for the snap ring. So we're gonna grab snap ring pliers, pinch together, and then you wanna make sure there's a groove on the inside there that you want to seat it into. So pinch hard together and then stick the opposite side deep into the groove and then release the snap ring. And then I like to take the tip of these pliers and just push all around the edge just to make sure it's sat in there correctly. You should be able to see if it is. And then we're gonna put the coin on, give it one last little wipe. Try to put it on evenly, because if you don't, that will happen. And this is where having a hammer or a mallet can help, because sometimes these things will go in just a little bit crooked and then they'll get stuck. And then we put our other snap ring in, same way. Pinch the ring together, and then you're gonna put the opposite side in the groove, and then release. So you can see that this one didn't quite seat all the way, so all I'm gonna do is take the snap ring plier, and there we go, clicked right into place. Okay, so now give it a little spin. You can see it spins beautifully, not a problem. We'll just clean off the excess grease here, right at the collar. And then we're just gonna go ahead and do the other side. Oh man, this one's gross. All of that black stuff is what is slowing down the spin of the bar. And here, like you can this one's gross. Since this one is so gross, I'm actually gonna brush it a little bit. So the way I'm gonna clean this is little 3-in-1 oil, okay? I'm gonna use the nylon brush for this. Yeah, this one looks rough. This barbell has seen better days. These barbells are, gosh, some of them are probably 12 years old now, 11 years old. These barbells have seen hell. These are, you know, we run 6 classes a day for a decade with these barbells, and they get dropped a lot by CrossFitters, and they get slammed on the ground and everything else. So that is it. That is how you re-grease bearings on a bushing barbell. This is a Bella bar. This works for any Rogue barbell, any kind of standard bushing barbell. If you have bearings, sometimes they're a little bit different. Sometimes the end cap screws off on a bearing bar. If you do have the needle bearings, you just kind of want to be careful and make sure that you're not messing up those needles at all when you're taking the slide off. You can see this side, it still doesn't like spin freely at the end like the other one did, but this is much smoother, so it's not gonna get stuck when people are in class doing power cleans or whatever. And if you do this regularly with your barbells, they'll last a lifetime. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope this was helpful. If you need more help with CrossFit, you just wanna have more fun working out and doing CrossFit in your classes, join Technique Team. That's the best place for you. Coaching, community, programs, challenges, it's all in there. I'll leave a link in the description where you can learn more about Technique Team. YouTube will recommend another video from me that you should watch next. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.